Everybody else that say that they her best friend, they is not her best friend. They are there for an opportunity. They are using her for an opportunity. And the moment that they can get their opportunity, they're no longer going to be around her because they have their opportunity.
Just when everyone thought the drama between Claressa Shields and Papoose had reached its highest point, a new revelation has completely shaken things up. Claressa's own cousin has come forward with claims that are so surprising they could change the entire story. According to people close to the family, this isn't just idle gossip. The sources suggest that Papoose may have been taking advantage of Claressa in ways that were hidden from the public eye. The cousin's statement has brought secrets to light that no one could have anticipated. Family tensions are reportedly at an all-time high. Members are torn between their loyalty to Claressa and the shock of these revelations, and private conversations have turned into heated arguments that seem impossible to calm. Every word exchanged, every look, and even every small gesture appears to escalate the situation further, adding fuel to an already uncontrollable fire. What began as a disagreement over trust and betrayal has now grown into a much bigger conflict, filled with secrets, accusations, and intense emotional confrontations that could erupt at any moment. Just when it seemed like the situation couldn't get more complicated, the cousin shared details so startling that even Claressa herself was reportedly caught off guard. This isn't simply another scandal. It's a full-scale storm, unpredictable and intense. The next chapter of this story has the potential to completely reshape what we thought we knew about Claressa Shields and Papoose. The situation is dark, complicated, and emotionally charged, and it's clear that nothing will be the same again. Everyone watching is bracing for what comes next because this story is far from over, and it promises to be unforgettable. The morning after Claressa Shields' cousin dropped the shocking bombshell, the tension didn't calm down at all. Instead, it grew, spreading through the family and everyone close to the situation. Claressa reportedly spent hours pacing her home, replaying every word, every subtle implication in her mind. According to sources, the cousin's revelation about Papoose allegedly taking advantage of her sent waves of anger, disbelief, and heartbreak crashing over her all at once. "I trusted him with everything," Claressa was said to have muttered quietly, fists clenched as she scrolled through messages and reviewed financial records, trying to understand what might have been kept from her. Friends and family reportedly tried to help her stay calm, but the weight of the accusations made that nearly impossible. Meanwhile, Papoose was reportedly making careful moves of his own. Sources claim he understood how damaging the cousin's claims could be, so he reached out to allies within the family and mutual friends, subtly influencing opinions and casting doubt on the cousin's credibility. One insider explained that every action he took seemed calculated, aimed at controlling the narrative. Even casual interactions were measured, carefully choosing words to avoid direct conflict, while still shaping perceptions of Claressa as overreactive or unstable. The fallout hit the family like a storm. Conversations that had once been ordinary turned into heated debates almost instantly. Some relatives reportedly sided immediately with Claressa, outraged that anyone could manipulate her or betray her trust. Others hesitated, unsure who to believe, and some were allegedly swayed by Papoose's strategic maneuvers, questioning his role and intentions. Group chats reportedly exploded with accusations, each message fueling another wave of tension. Even friends outside the family found themselves caught in the crossfire, as rumors spread and opinions were defended fiercely. The situation escalated further when Claressa reportedly confronted Papoose directly. Witnesses claim she slammed her hand on a table, her voice shaking with anger and hurt. "You've been using me. Do you think I wouldn't notice all of this?" she allegedly demanded. Papoose, calm and composed, was said to lean back as though he had anticipated the confrontation. "I'm not using you," he reportedly replied evenly. "I'm just making sure everyone sees the truth, even if it's hard to hear." Family members watching were stunned, some flinching at the intensity, others whispering to one another about what this exchange revealed about both of them. The cousin reportedly kept adding fuel to the fire, sharing further details of Papoose's alleged influence over Claressa. Sources claim that certain financial decisions, personal interactions, and even public appearances were manipulated in ways that benefited him while leaving Claressa vulnerable. Each new claim reportedly sent shockwaves through the family, prompting relatives to reevaluate events they had once taken for granted. Even outside the immediate family, the tension was palpable. Friends and acquaintances were forced to choose sides, and casual remarks became scrutinized for signs of loyalty or betrayal. Claressa reportedly felt increasingly cornered, but also determined. Sources say she began documenting every interaction, saving messages and reviewing past events carefully, intent on protecting herself and regaining control of her story. Meanwhile, Papoose, outwardly calm, was said to be observing the chaos, measuring every step, planning his next moves quietly. Everyone involved reportedly understood that this drama was far from over. Insiders describe Claressa as consumed with a mixture of anger, sadness, and confusion. Friends close to her allegedly reported that she barely slept, replaying the cousin's revelations and Papoose's alleged manipulations over and over in her mind. "I trusted him with everything, and now it feels like the ground has been ripped out from under me," she reportedly said in a private conversation. According to witnesses, even everyday routines, workouts, meetings, family dinners, became charged with suspicion, with the potential for another confrontation lurking in every interaction. Papoose reportedly responded strategically, sharing selective details with certain family members to shape perceptions without confronting Claressa directly. One insider compared the situation to a chess match, explaining that he was controlling the narrative carefully, making sure people heard only what he wanted them to. Observers reportedly noted how calm and composed he remained, even as Claressa's frustration appeared to spiral out of control. The family reportedly split further. Some members openly supported Claressa, citing her trust and loyalty, while others questioned the cousin's perspective, wondering if it had been exaggerated or manipulated. Private chats allegedly became battlegrounds for accusations, heated arguments, and whispered threats, sometimes escalating to voice messages filled with shouting. An insider explained, "It's like the house is divided in two. Nobody knows who to trust, and everyone is afraid of saying the wrong thing." Claressa reportedly confronted Papoose repeatedly, demanding answers. She allegedly questioned why he would manipulate her, her voice full of anger and heartbreak. Papoose reportedly responded calmly, claiming he was showing the truth that had always existed, leaving witnesses describing the atmosphere as thick with tension, where every word and movement could trigger another explosive moment. The cousin reportedly continued revealing details about subtle manipulations, pointing out patterns in Papoose's actions that had previously gone unnoticed. Friends and extended social circles were reportedly drawn into debates over who was right and who was misleading, with casual conversations scrutinized for signs of loyalty or deception. Claressa, determined to regain control, reportedly organized evidence meticulously, documenting messages, financial records, and past events to ensure she could protect herself and her reputation. Emotions reportedly reached a boiling point. Alliances shifted constantly, trust was shattered, and each new revelation seemed to create even more uncertainty. Insiders said the cousin's bombshell had unleashed a level of conflict that no one had anticipated. The family was divided, private conversations were tense, and even minor interactions carried enormous weight. Claressa reportedly remained resolute, determined to protect herself and her story, while Papoose quietly maneuvered, maintaining influence and control over perceptions. Observers claim the saga continues to spill into wider social circles, with friends and acquaintances debating every claim and forming alliances almost hourly. The drama reportedly reached a point where Claressa refused to remain passive, confronting Papoose publicly to demand transparency and accountability. The energy, according to witnesses, was so intense that it felt like even the walls were holding their breath. Family members attempting to mediate were drawn into arguments themselves, and every interaction seemed capable of sparking another conflict. Sources say the cousin's revelations, though shocking, have set the stage for ongoing drama, leaving the family fractured and conversations tense. Every move is being watched carefully, with the potential for the next explosive twist to completely change the narrative. Insiders insist that the fallout will dominate discussions for weeks or months to come. Fans, friends, and family alike are left wondering what happens next. Questions about truth, manipulation, and intentions loom over everyone involved. Claressa is reportedly fighting not just for her reputation, but for her peace of mind, while Papoose's calm, calculated demeanor adds suspense and uncertainty. With each revelation, the drama intensifies, and the story continues to unfold in ways no one could have predicted.